Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our two locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, exit 48, Somerset. At Dakota Discount RV,
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live. Whether you're pregnant...
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dwayne Sobzak today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV. Advertising can be...
For 125 years, Security First Bank has been the bank, a dependable fixture of the community and innovators of what comes next. As we celebrate our history, we remain committed to your dreams with dedicated and driven people, expertise, and attention. Because when you're at the bank, you're driven by the people who are your customers, neighbors, and friends. And that's been our commitment since 1898. Security First Bank. We're the bank.
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements. This is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show with big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. and stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com. Hi,
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS. Do you have a...
My kid wrecked his car, his third car. The kid needs a car. We need the kid to have a car. What did I do? I begged my insurance agent for mercy. That's another story. Then I went to Copper Motors in Rapid City and found a safe, reliable car.
Copran Motors is a small, trusted dealership specializing in safe, quality pre-owned vehicles. No pressure, no hassle. Each vehicle is inspected, serviced, and detailed with a warranty like no other. Copran Motors, corner of Campbell and Omaha.
A few years ago, Security First Bank started talking about what it means to be the bank. And the truth is, for 125 years, we've known exactly what it means to you. Consistency, dependability, determination, and devotion. For 125 years, we've been resilient and steadfast in our commitment to you. History is not just looking backward, it's also the stuff we're made of moving forward. Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
At Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we are here to help you make your comeback. Our team is standing by to diagnose and treat your injury with some of the most advanced treatment options available and same-day appointments. Monument Health practitioners work closely with our therapists and physicians in communities throughout the Black Hills, with locations in Rapid City and Spearfish. Visit monument.health/orthopedics for more information. That's monument.health/orthopedics for more information.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
Would you buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Z Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Z Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live. Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead,
Belly Brothers Auto Tech is the bark of the town. Belly Brothers is one of the top-rated local auto shops in South Dakota. From an oil change to transmission repairs, they'll treat your car with exceptional service at reasonable rates, with plenty of financing options also available. Holding an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau since 2008, Belly Brothers will get your tail wagging. And visit Jennifer Young next door for your tax accounting needs.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name. When you ask...
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Belly Brothers Auto Tech is the bark of the town. Belly Brothers is one of the top-rated local auto shops in South Dakota. From an oil change to transmission repairs, they'll treat your car with exceptional service at reasonable rates, with plenty of financing options also available. Holding an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau since 2008, Belly Brothers will get your tail wagging. And visit Jennifer Young next door for your tax accounting needs.
The new Chevy Silverados keep rolling into Danny Menho Rapid Chevrolet. Get our exclusive $1,500 Danny Menho discount on every new 2023 half-ton Silverado. That means total savings up to $3,000 off MSRP on any Silverado half-ton. Or take advantage of 0% APR financing and $2,250 total off MSRP. Have a trade-in with hail damage? We're offering top dollar for all trades, including trades with hail damage. Find new roads at Danny Menho Rapid Chevrolet or DannyMenhoRapidChevrolet.com. The new Chevy Silverado.
Now that we're in the final quarter of the year, it's time to start thinking about the 2022 tax year. W-2s and 1099s are scheduled to be out in January, but don't worry, Jennifer Young's Bookkeeping Services has you covered. They stay on top of the ever-changing tax laws impacting small businesses and corporations. Jennifer Young's Bookkeeping has your best interests at heart. Don't wait until the last minute. Get a head start on your 2022 taxes. Call Jennifer Young or go to jenniferyoungsbookkeeping.com or find her on Facebook.
Family is the fabric of who we are. The generations that came before us and the ones that will carry on after. At Monument Health, we're dedicated to these communities because they're our communities. We're committed to building the healthcare system of tomorrow with medical knowledge and expertise you can trust, close to home. Here to care, here to connect, here for you, today and tomorrow. Monument Health.
Alternative Fuel Coffee House, located in downtown Rapid City, has been a staple since 2006, offering an espresso bar, smoothie bar, and more. If food is what you're looking for, check out their menu. Using local ingredients for their drinks and recipes is their way of showing how important shopping local is. Come in and visit them during skating and patio season for the best coffee experience in town. Who's filling up your cup? Alternative Fuel Coffee House. Looking to spruce things up for dinner tonight? Order online or buy the Inferno's Food by Fire app for your best meal in Rapid City. Inferno's has the best Stonefire signature pizzas, sandwiches, and fresh salads. Build your own pizza all while watching the latest high school or NFL action. Even better, receive a 10% discount off your next order when you mention Live Ticket. That's at Inferno's Food by Fire.
If you want the peace of mind that your next pre-owned vehicle is the best it can be, you want Honda True. And you only find it at Danny Manholt Rushmore Honda. Our Honda certified pre-owned vehicles are thoroughly inspected and backed by 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, up to 2 complimentary oil changes, 24/7 roadside assistance, inspection report, and 3-day exchange. You simply can't buy the wrong vehicle. Search our inventory at honda-true.com or see us at Denny Manholt Rushmore Honda. If you want the
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
What's the next best thing to a new Toyota? It's a certified pre-owned Toyota from Denny Manholt Toyota. Shop a nice selection of certified pre-owned Toyotas in stock. It gets better. Right now, get financing as low as 5.49% APR for 60 months on Camrys, RAV4s, Corollas, Highlanders, and Tacomas. 5.49 financing for 5 full years. Shop the area's best selection of used Toyotas and Toyota certified pre-owned at Denny Manholt Toyota or DennyManholtToyota.com. What's the next best thing?
Owned and operated by veterans, Black Mountain Painting provides interior, exterior, residential, and commercial painting services. With over 12 years of experience and a team of trusted paint experts, they bring the highest standard of work to the Black Hills area. They provide interior and exterior painting and custom staining needs. So if you have painting or staining needs inside or out, give Black Mountain Painting a call for your free quote today. 605-661-8612.
Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred Printing, your South Dakota union printer. We provide mailing services, create banners, vehicle decals, stationery and business forms, event materials including specialty items, apparel, and more. Our skilled team brings your vision to life with exceptional quality and attention to detail. And as a locally veteran-owned shop, we're dedicated to serving our community. Experience the difference with Preferred Printing. Visit us at preferredsd.com or call 605-333-0535 today. Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred.
Sioux Black Hill Steakhouse is a proud supporter of local youth sports. They invite you to experience the difference at the area's newest locally owned steakhouse. From their local and regional sourced ingredients to their perfectly seared steaks, you're sure to enjoy. They look forward to seeing you. Sioux Black Hill Steakhouse is a proud supporter of all local youth sports. Sioux Black Hill Steakhouse, experience the difference.
At Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our 2 locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, exit 48, Somerset. At Dakota Discount RV, our mission...
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live. Whether you're pregnant...
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dwayne Sobczak today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV. Advertising can be...
For 125 years, Security First Bank has been the bank, a dependable fixture of the community and innovators of what comes next. As we celebrate our history, we remain committed to your dreams with dedicated and driven people, expertise, and attention. Because when you're the bank, you're driven by the people who are your customers, neighbors, and friends. And that's been our commitment since 1898. Security First Bank. We're the bank.
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements. This is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com. Hi,
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS. Do you have a...
My kid wrecked his car, his third car. The kid needs a car. We need the kid to have a car. What did I do? I begged my insurance agent for mercy. That's another story. Then I went to Copper Motors in Rapid City and found a safe, reliable car.
Copper Motors is a small, trusted dealership specializing in safe, quality pre-owned vehicles. No pressure, no hassle. Each vehicle is inspected, serviced, and detailed with a warranty like no other. Copper Motors, corner of Campbell and Omaha.
A few years ago, Security First Bank started talking about what it means to be the bank. And the truth is, for 125 years, we've known exactly what it means to you. Consistency, dependability, determination, and devotion. For 125 years, we've been resilient and steadfast in our commitment to you. History is not just looking backward, it's also the stuff we're made of moving forward. Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm Agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
At Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we are here to help you make your comeback. Our team is standing by to diagnose and treat your injury with some of the most advanced treatment options available and same-day appointments. Monument Health practitioners work closely with our therapists and physicians in communities throughout the Black Hills, with locations in Rapid City and Spearfish. Visit monument.health/orthopedics for more information. That's monument.health/orthopedics for more information.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
Would you buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Z Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Z Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live. Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead,
Belly Brothers Auto Tech is the bark of the town. Belly Brothers is one of the top-rated local auto shops in South Dakota. From an oil change to transmission repairs, they'll treat your car with exceptional service at reasonable rates, with plenty of financing options also available. Holding an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau since 2008, Belly Brothers will get your tail wagging. And visit Jennifer Young next door for your tax accounting needs.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name. When you ask...
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Belly Brothers Auto Tech is the bark of the town. Belly Brothers is one of the top-rated local auto shops in South Dakota. From an oil change to transmission repairs, they'll treat your car with exceptional service at reasonable rates, with plenty of financing options also available. Holding an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau since 2008, Belly Brothers will get your tail wagging. And visit Jennifer Young next door for your tax accounting needs.
The new Chevy Silverados keep rolling into Danny Menho Rapid Chevrolet. Get our exclusive $1,500 Danny Menho discount on every new 2023 half-ton Silverado. That means total savings up to $3,000 off MSRP on any Silverado half-ton. Or take advantage of 0% APR financing and $2,250 total off MSRP. Have a trade-in with hail damage? We're offering top dollar for all trades, including trades with hail damage. Find new roads at Danny Menho Rapid Chevrolet or DannyMenhoRapidChevrolet.com. The new Chevy Silverado.
Now that we're in the final quarter of the year, it's time to start thinking about the 2022 tax year. W-2s and 1099s are scheduled to be out in January, but don't worry, Jennifer Young's Bookkeeping Services has you covered. They stay on top of the ever-changing tax laws impacting small businesses and corporations. Jennifer Young's Bookkeeping has your best interests at heart. Don't wait until the last minute. Get a head start on your 2022 taxes. Call Jennifer Young or go to jenniferyoungsbookkeeping.com or find her on Facebook.
Family is the fabric of who we are. The generations that came before us and the ones that will carry on after. At Monument Health, we're dedicated to these communities because they're our communities. We're committed to building the healthcare system of tomorrow with medical knowledge and expertise you can trust close to home. Here to care, here to connect, here for you today and tomorrow. Monument Health.
Alternative Fuel Coffee House, located in downtown Rapid City, has been a staple since 2006, offering an espresso bar, smoothie bar, and more. If food is what you're looking for, check out their menu. Using
a 6 foot 215 pound senior. The right tackle, number 50,
6'4", 220-pound junior John Lent. The right guard, number 54, Noah Donahoe, a 5'9", 225-pound senior. The left tackle, number 53, Lathan Wilcox. He is a 6'4", 220-pound senior. And the left guard, number 56, Dylan Majerus, a 6'1", 185-pound senior. Again, that's the starting lineups for the O'Gorman Knights. Now taking a look at the starting lineup for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. At quarterback will be number 10, Jacob Johnston, a 6'2", 200-pound senior. The running back is number 23, Carter Johnson, a 5'11", 170-pound junior. The wide receivers, number 1, Beck Morgan, a 5'10", 175-pound senior, as well as number 4, Grayson Riddle, a 5'9", 170-pound junior. And number 11, Cale Meisman. He stands 6'5", 200 pounds, and a senior wide receiver. On the line for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders at center will be number 69, Thomas Mardian, a 6'4", 275-pound senior. The right tackle is going to be number 66, Connor Hickman, a 5'10", 215-pound junior. The right guard, number 76, John Weber, a 6'5", 290-pound junior. The left guard is number 55, Aiden Schoberl, a 6', 215-pound senior. The left tackle is number 77, Elias Gillen, a 6'6", 300-pound left tackle. And also at wide receiver will be number 82, Martin LeGrand, a 6', 175-pound senior. Head coach for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders is Michael Scott. Again, that's today's starting lineups being built by Connect Home Center, your hometown lumber yard since 1928. Let's meet the officials for this afternoon's ball game. The Law on the Field is brought to us by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Today's officials are Steve Hilton, Greg McNabb, Brad Tucker, Tanner Tucker, and Genevieve Dement Osborne, your officials for this evening's or this afternoon's ball game.
Mr. Tucker was asking me to do some middle school games for him. I'm like, sorry, man, I'm just too
busy,
not able to do it. So he's available everywhere. Not available, but I mean involved in things everywhere all the time. Mm-hmm. Good crew we got tonight, of course, Mr. Hilton. Did we have them last week?
We did have them up in Belfouche taking on St. Thomas More.
So we're just following them around all over the place, which is all well and good. I was looking at just the size of the Raiders versus the size of the Knights. That's definitely, size doesn't always mean you're going to be more aggressive or something like that on the line, but it's definitely some advantage to you. And if you can utilize that size and just push people around, get your legs going, definitely the focus tonight for the Raiders, I think, should be in that running game between the tackles and just, power their way. The O'Gorman Knights hit really hard. I was watching that game last week against T-Area. Oh, man, that was – if you didn't get a chance to watch a game, go to the O'Gorman Knights YouTube channel and watch that T-Area game. It was exciting. Second quarter, it was like one score in the first quarter. And the second quarter, especially toward the end, there was like 4 scores within like 4 minutes. Right at the end, just a super exciting game. I think there was a kick return for a touchdown. Just a lot of big, wild plays that happened. Not necessarily wild, but just really big plays. So that's going to be big for the Knights, obviously, tonight as well as this afternoon. Cut down on the big plays, and I'm sure the Raiders are probably thinking, hey, we got an opportunity if we can just make some plays. But it's going to be a much harder against this Knight speed defense. I can imagine, I wouldn't be surprised if the first play come out if the Raiders get the ball and they just try to air it down to Meisman. Let him just, they're going to get a one-on-one isolation and just let him, run and chuck it up and let him go after it because he's a dynamite player. I know he was our player last time we did this game. And so he will be, a feature tonight as well for that offense, and the Raiders are going to receive. That's good. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he's a feature for them. And if they can get the ball in his hands, he can make some plays. So it'll be exciting to see if that happens.
So we are ready for football here this afternoon at O'Hara Stadium. Rapid City Stevens 1-2 on the season, taking on the 3-0 O'Gorman Knights. The Knights in their white uniforms with the blue numbers, blue pants, and the white helmets. For the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, they have their light blue uniforms with white numbers and white pants, and then, of course, the silver helmets.
Good old powder blue I got out there.
All right, now Rapid City Stevens and Rapid City Central both fighting to get into the playoffs. As it looks right now, the Cobblers would be sitting 8th, the Raiders 9th. And, of course, one team does not make it. So, important games coming up for both the Raiders and the Cobblers.
Yeah, right. And, power points are just, such a big deal here. That it used to not be. They used to have just straight up. You just play them straight up and you win-loss record. But now it's power points.
And here's the kickoff by Lawrence Hillman. This game is underway. The ball is loose. It goes out of bounds. It was loose.
Did he recover
I think it was recovered, and it's going to be right away a turnover and a short field for the O'Gorman Knights.
Yeah, and unfortunately that was Cale Meisman. It went right through the wickets, hit the ground, and the unfortunate bounce. It could have bounced and gone out of bounds. It's a football. It could go anywhere. It could have just easily gone out of bounds, but instead it went through his wickets, off his leg, rolled forward right into the hands of the O'Gorman Knights. And, yeah, that's not what you want to start a game like 3 seconds into it.
Right now, O'Gorman would be the top seed in the Class 11 AAA playoffs. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 27-yard line. To the outside is going to be Jones, the ball carrier. He tiptoes down the right sidelines.
Yeah, they just did a direct snap. They just did just lined everybody up in the backfield there, kind of the shotgun pro set. Just direct snap to it and let them run. Like I said, they're going to run to the outside. It's going to be probably a 2-to-1 ratio going to the outside versus going up the middle at least for them. Again, they just have all that speed, and they're just going to attack the perimeters, and the Raiders just have to do a better job. And then if you try to slide the linebackers out, yeah, it's more trouble. So reading and reacting is going to be huge for the Raider linebacking core today.
Empty backfield now, 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. There's the pass to the end zone, and it is caught by the receiver for an 11-yard touchdown. That goes to number 4.
My player to watch.
Rylan
Satter. He just, like you said, the empty backfield, so he's such a weapon. He's listed as fullback, which is really funny because he's really more of like a tight end, slot back. You know when I think of fullback, I think a big bruising guy, maybe just old school, who gets in there and just barrels through people and everything and opens up big holes for your tailback. Now he's more of a slot, and he gets in his slot, and he just runs right through the line and toward the back of the end zone. It's a nice little touch pass by Hayden Gross.
And on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by Agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, with 11:45 remaining in the first quarter, the Knights strike just 15 seconds into the ball game. They lead 7-0 over the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, and that touchdown drive is powered by Four Seasons Motorsports and Marine. You can visit Four Seasons Motorsports on East St. Patrick Street and get your hands on the ultimate Polaris side-by-side. Start your adventure of a lifetime at fourseasonsportscenter.com.
Well, that's a heck of a way. 15 seconds into the game, and the Knights are already up 7-0.
Cale Meisman back deep once again. I believe Beck Morgan also back deep. This is going to be Lawrence Hillman kicking off from the 40, going from right to left. Here's the kick, end over end. The returner, that's Morgan. He slips at the 10. Now he brings it out to the 20, the 25, and forced out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. So return of about 17, about 17 yards for Beck Morgan.
Yeah, not a bad return because they actually had him about inside the 20, and he slipped through, found a little seam, and managed to get out, like you said, out past the 25-yard line.
Here come the Raiders now for the second time. Of course, they fumbled on the kickoff, the initial kickoff. Here's Johnston out of the shotgun. On the quarterback keeper, he is going to be stopped after a gain of about a yard to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, a little bit. Is it just kind of a read option there? Is it Mackay Mann was in the backfield there? Looked like he's the running back. Kind of a big, more bruiser type of running back.
Mm-hmm.
Just stuck it in his belly, kind of rode him a little bit. You read that to see what the defensive end is going to do, just a three-man front for the Knights, and see where they're going to drop down.
Here's Jacob Johnston again out of the shotgun. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Dropping back, now throwing single coverage down the left sideline for Cale Meisman, and it's through the hands of Meisman.
So I didn't predict it for the first snap, but it was the second snap on that. That's what they wanted. One-on-one coverage, get him down the field. But Henry Theobald, he's got plenty of speed himself, and especially those green socks and shoes. I'm sure they make him run faster. Either way, he did a great job. He was right there. I thought it was a great pass.
Mm-hmm.
I looked like it was, I think, Meisman might have slowed down a little bit. Now, he's looking right into the sun, so I don't know if he lost it, but it was right there, and I think he had a great opportunity to make a catch.
Spread offense. There's the shotgun snap. Now there's the pass, and it's through the hands of Beck Morgan. He had what looked like to be a very catchable ball there, but it's through the hands of Morgan and falls incomplete.
Yeah, it was a hair bit behind, but definitely very catchable, and we talked about that. If they're going to find spots, and it was a cover two zone, so you drop, you do a little curl, a little deep curl route. He was like right at the 40-yard line and had an opportunity and just couldn't hang on to it.
Here's a short punt angle to the right sideline. It's going to go out of bounds in O'Gorman territory at about the 47-yard line. But a tough start for the Raiders. They fumble on the ensuing kickoff, and then they are forced to punt on their second drive. So now they give the ball back to the O'Gorman Knights, again, who's coming in averaging 47 points per game and allowing 23 points per game. There's Gross again. There's the pass over the middle on the crossing route. It's going to be caught by Jack Hove. That's going to be in Raider territory. About an 8-yard pickup to the 44-yard line.
Kind of the fake jet sweep there makes the linebackers kind of inch up a little more because, usually you have to get down. You have to try to beat that, so you'll bring a linebacker down off the side. They're jetting to try to get him down. I think that just opens up the space, and you just do that quick slant underneath.
Gross again out of the shotgun spread offense. Quick pass, but the receiver not looking for it. That was number 4, Ryland Satter. There was a defender there in the vicinity, but not able to make a play on the ball.
Yeah, again, Gross hurrying it. I think that's going to be so huge, such a key for the Raiders today. They've got to be able to get in his face and make a move. He's pretty athletic. He will definitely run. He's got plenty of yards running the ball. He's the second leading runner with 14 carries for only 46 yards, but it's something.
Gross again hands the ball off to Jones. Jones across the 40 to the 35, still on his feet, the 30, and down to about the 28-yard line for Maverick Jones.
So you get the linebackers up there, and just because of the speed at the perimeter, the linebackers kind of slat out a little bit, and then you just get a hat on a hat underneath, and it opens up a big hole. Jones just does a great job. Second-year starter, gets through the hole quickly, bounces out, and gets into the secondary.
About a 16-yard gain there on the carry by Jones. Once again, Gross goes out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. There's the snap. He fakes the handoff and sacked back at the 32-yard line, but then a flag comes flying in from the near sidelines.
Yeah, kind of at the last minute there. We're going to see what that flag is, but So the Raiders had one linebacker in. The other one, it looked like he was down off to the right side of the defense. He came flying in. Like you said, the little fake up underneath, but that didn't fool whoever was getting into the backfield. They had some hands on him, and we'll see if that's – we're going to get a face mask? Because they were in, had a great opportunity to make a great play, but unfortunately just got their hand in the wrong place. And unfortunately, that's the way the Raiders have to survive. They have to put lots of pressure, usually bring in extra linebackers in to try to put pressure in the backfield. And unfortunately, that creates one-on-one opportunities on the backside of it. And if you're not disciplined as a defensive back, that can hurt you in a hurry.
1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. There's the handoff to Jones. Jones breaks it to the outside. He's at the 5, heading for the end zone, and he is in for the touchdown.
How about that? He broke at least 2 tackles right at the line of scrimmage. Looked like Raiders had hands on him, and he just runs out of those tackles. So not only does he have speed, he's got some power, too, to go with it. Breaks out to the right side and just out-races everyone to the end zone.
So we've played almost 3 minutes of football here in the first quarter, and O'Gorman breaking out to a 13-0 lead, awaiting the extra point attempt.
I'll tell you what you don't want to see is Tate Crossett was the first player in and had a first opportunity at Maverick Jones, and he could not make the tackle. If your leading guy can't make a tackle, it might be a long night.
On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by Agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, O'Gorman jumps out to that 14-0 lead over the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, and that touchdown drive is powered by Four Seasons Motorsports and Marine. You can visit Four Seasons Motorsports on East St. Patrick Street and get your hands on the ultimate Polaris side-by-side. Start your adventure of a lifetime at FourSeasonsSportsCenter.com. So the O'Gorman Knights possessed the ball twice. They have 2 possessions, both resulting in touchdowns.
Yeah, and of course that one aided by a great opportunity for the Raiders to make a big play to kind of push them back. But unfortunately, that penalty we talked about, the penalties that just extend those drives, they usually happen on like a 3rd down or even the 4th down sometimes. You get like a running into the kicker or something like that. You had an opportunity to get it, and you make those type of penalties. But this one, again, could have been a loss, but extended it, gave them a 1st down, and they take advantage.
There's the kick by Lawrence Hillman, but this one is going to be blown dead. We're going to get the first penalty for the O'Gorman Knights this afternoon.
A little too fast. They call that red lighting in drag racing.
So the ball will be taken back to the 35-yard line is where Hillman will kick off. On the return for Rapid City Stevens is Cale Meisman and Beck Morgan.
And Tate Crosswood's kind of one of the up men as well. He got that unfortunate kick last time and he's going to try to make a play with it.
There's the kick. It's just going to be down. There's just a line drive kick there that's going to be down by the Raiders inside the 40-yard line at the 36.
Yeah, if you don't got a guy that's got a big leg on you, just hit it at one of the deep guys. Make the ball bounce around for a while. You know, it's a football. It's rarely going to make this nice, true one hop like a shortstop fielding a ground ball. And you just got an opportunity to get down there, and they have to try to pick it up, get their hands on it, and it creates issues.
Raiders now 1st and 10. There's the handoff. Breaking it to the outside is going to be number 22, Nehemiah Moore.
Great job that time by Nehemiah.
Nehemiah Moore takes the ball to the 42-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, there was a great seal block right at the point of attack, right at the line. I didn't see who it was, but they were doing some hand fighting there, trying to get through it. And Nehemiah's like, "Thank you very much for being my little elevator. I'll just scoot right by you."
We're looking at 2nd and 4 now after that 6-yard gain. Here's Moore again, this time trying to break it to the outside. We're going to get a penalty marker from this near sideline as Moore is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage.
And I'll tell you what, and this is going to go against the Raiders here. As Jerome shows me the official hand signal for holding. But I'll tell you what I'm liking, what I'm seeing up front, which is I'm not surprised at all. Number 69, Thomas Martin, he comes off the ball, the big center, the big snap, and he is instantly getting penetration and pushing his guy backwards into the defensive linebacking core. And, hope the coaches see that, see the power. They can just run right up the A gap.
3-man front shown defensively by the Knights. Here's Johnston out of the shotgun, spread offense.
We're going to get a false start.
It's going to be a timeout. Rapid City Stevens calls timeout with 7:55 remaining here in this first quarter on the State Farm scoreboard. O'Gorman leads Rapid City Stevens 14-0 is your score. We'll step aside for this timeout as well. You're listening to high school football on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and also on GoRaidersLive.com. We're back in 30 seconds.
Local ingredients for their drinks and recipes is their way of showing how important shopping local is. Come in and visit them during skating and patio season for the best coffee experience in town. Who's filling up your cup? Alternative Fuel Coffee House.
To the Anytime Auto Sales, Service, and Detail broadcast booth, sales, service, and recreation. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. It is 2nd and 14 coming up for the Raiders. There's the pass down the middle of the field, caught by Meisman, and Meisman is going to be tackled at about the 43-yard line. A nice gain there to make it a very manageable 3rd down coming up for the Raiders.
They're in the hurry-up offense now.
They'll go trips right, one receiver to the left.
There it is.
Meisman on single coverage. There's a hand. No, they do give the ball to Moore. He spins out of a tackle and gets the first down for the Raiders. Nehemiah Moore with a nice run there.
I'm telling you, that inside game, I'm watching the line, and I think there's an advantage there for the Raiders.
1st and 10 from the Raider 49-yard line. They'll go trips left, one receiver to the right. There's a screen pass left side to Morgan. Morgan able to get by one defender, gets into Knights territory and forced out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. So the Raiders now doing a kind of a hurry-up offense. They're going to send 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
They get flip-flopping trips left and right.
Moore lined up to the right of Johnston. He'll take the snap out of the shotgun. Johnston on the quarterback keeper. I think it might have been a broken play there as he gets to about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, I'm surprised the coaching staff aren't in the ear of the official on this side, because as they're trying to adjust their trips, the wide guy wasn't where he needed to be, so he moved, and then the other 2 guys were still moving at the snap.
Spread offense now. Johnston out of the shotgun. There's the quick pass, and it's through the hands. Actually, I don't even think Morgan was aware the ball was coming his way. It falls incomplete.
I don't think so, and I think a Knight got his hand on it there. I think that was Josh Wolfel right there, and it might have been toward Meisman, and maybe it got rerouted.
So 4th and 4 coming up on the O'Gorman 45-yard line. That's going to force the Raiders to punt. This one a nice punt inside the 10-yard line. The fair catch called for by the Knights. But the Raiders, they've had the ball 3 times now in this first half. They start with a fumble and then back-to-back punts.
Yeah, well, obviously you want to score. Okay, there's no doubt. I don't mean to be John Madden about it or anything like that, but you obviously want to score. But I tell you what was effective here. They got a first down. They moved the ball a little bit, and now they've forced the O'Gorman Knights back into their end zone. Now, the next question is the pressure on the defense. Can they keep them there? Can they force a long drive where it ends up in a punt or, force a turnover.
Here's Hayden Gross out of the shotgun. Spread offense. 1st and 10, quarterback keeper. Gross right up the middle, across the 15 to the 20, and now to about the 22-yard line.
I don't know if that was designed or he just read it right away, but the C's, it was like the Red Sea parting right away. He got it. There was I think the Raider, he was either the defensive end or the linebacker on this near side, kind of read the play, saw the running back flaring out, so he took off, and all of a sudden you've got a lot of room right in the middle, and he's like, okay, we've got good one-on-one blocking. I see the hole. I'm going to run right up the middle.
That's going to be a gain of 15 yards by Hayden Gross. Again, there's the handoff. No, they fake the handoff right up the middle. And we're going to get a penalty marker that comes flying in. They tried to get it to the big tight end, Sullivan Schlimgen, but I think he was being held from behind.
Yeah, it was crossweight. And so I didn't see the first part of the play, but what I saw was crossweight lean out and grab him, but the ball was well by him by the time I saw that part of it, and maybe he grabbed him earlier. But either way, they're gonna call crossweight with that penalty, and that's going to give another opportunity here for the Knights for the first down.
Right now, Rapid City Stevens with 3 penalties for a total of 35 yards. And now the coaches come running out there. Looks like we're going to get a timeout by the Knights.
I don't think where they were supposed to be. Coach Poppy goes in there. What are you doing? You see him pointing some fingers. Hey, you get here, you get there. You always love that timeout that you got to take because your players aren't in the right position. I had one of those last night. I didn't call it timeout, but I just kind of let the play run. I was staring at it, and then even after the play was over, the quarterback comes over. Hey, those guys weren't in the right position. I said, you're right, they weren't.
So 14-0 is your score here in this first quarter. 6 minutes remaining. O'Gorman leads Rapid City Stevens. Another score to pass along with 1 minute left in the first. It's Sioux Falls Lincoln, the top-ranked team in Class 11 AAA. They're leading Harrisburg 14-7 is the score there in Class 11 AAA. Again, we'll have other scores coming up throughout the course of the night. Right now, Hill City over Lakota Tech as they start the third quarter, 14-0. We're looking at 1st and 10. Gross out of the shotgun once again, takes the snap, passes over the middle, gets it to Schlimgen. He cuts back to his left, still on his feet. Now he's going to be tackled by about 3 Raiders right there at the 40-yard line for a gain of 7.
Yeah, that was Rylan Satter again where he gets to a spot where he needs to. There was no safety help over the top. I'm surprised they didn't recognize that and send somebody deep and at least give a shot at it. But either way, he just kind of settles between the 2 defenders, and there really wasn't a lot of defenders there, and they had to close in quickly.
Now the Knights go trips right, 1 receiver to the left. Hayden Gross out of the shotgun on 2nd and 3. Man in motion on the jet sweep. They hand the ball off. That's going to go to number 1. So Dawson Bauer, a 5'10", 170-pound junior wide receiver on that jet sweep, gets enough to move the chains.
Dawson Bauer, just another one of those speedy guys for them. If you've followed O'Gorman Knights football over the years, Boston Bauer, Canyon Bauer. Canyon Bauer plays for SDSU, I believe. He just caught his first touchdown.
We're looking at 1st and 10. There's they fake. Now there's the catch by Bauer, and Bauer dives forward into Raider territory inside the 40.
Like I said, if you give a quarterback enough time, he is going to pick apart a zone defense. So right now, that's what the Raiders are doing. It's a simple cover 2. They're trying to put some pressure in, but when you've got so many holes and you've got so much speed, they can just find a spot, and intelligence too, where they need to be, and a good understanding by Gross.
Trips left. They fake the handoff to Jones. They throw it deep, and it is incomplete, intended force. Rylan Satter.
Yeah, at that time, Gross had to kind of throw off his back foot. There was pressure coming right up the gut, so he's not able to step in and put it exactly where he wanted to. He still had plenty of arm with it, but like you said, a little too much on Satter. I don't know if it was supposed to be a post pattern, but Satter really wasn't there. He was more of a go route, and then saw that the ball was thrown to the inside and had to come inside. But it's just amazing what that pressure does. You get it up front, either you force him out of the pocket so he has to throw on the run, or he can't step up.
Gross out of the shotgun once again. Again, a quarterback keeper crosses the 40 to the 35, the 30 as he stiff arms a defender, and he is going to be forced out of bounds inside the 25, and a penalty marker thrown from the sideline there.
Yeah, and it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be unsportsman, whatever it's going to be. Now, I'm going to slightly disagree with this. Yeah, so I usually don't.
So a late hit out of bounds there.
Right, and so I'm going to be the advocate for the Raiders on this one. He was, as he was heading out of bounds, he was already on his shoulders. He wasn't out of bounds yet, from what I could tell from this side. Didn't look like he was quite out of bounds, so he just, and maybe it was excessive. I don't know where the official, got that from, but I thought he was still kind of continuing the tackle on his way over there.
Jones goes in motion. There's the jet sweep. Gets to the outside, forced out of bounds inside the 20-yard line, and two more penalty markers thrown. Inside the 10, rather.
It's like Spearfish Canyon, just yellow falling everywhere.
Again, a hold, number 51.
So two officials just seeing that same hold, and right at the point of attack, I would imagine, is where that happened. Usually it's such a big block. When you're running that jet sweep, you got to be able to get somebody on that defensive end, and the defensive end fights through it, and it's so right out in the open because you're coming right at the official, and the officials are watching right where the attack's at, and that's the most important block that you need to have.
1st and 23. Breaking to the outside is Jones. He's going to be wrapped up as he gets to the 15-yard line, so a gain of 8.
Yeah,
actually, they'll mark him at the 16.
Yeah, and that was so unfortunate because the Raiders had exactly what they wanted. The blitz coming up the middle, the pressure, and he's right there. They had him in the backfield, but Jones is so quick. He's so shifty, and he runs with such power and bursts of speed. He just bounced into the pile and then bounced out and kept going.
Now 2nd and 13 coming up, just under 4 minutes remaining here in the first, and it's 14-0. O'Gorman leading Rapid City Stevens. Here's Gross out of the shotgun, looks to his right. Tries to throw in single coverage there, but the defender able to get a hand in there, and he's able to force an incomplete pass there.
Yeah, and that was Beck Morgan playing defense on him. I don't know if they thought maybe you throw a back shoulder one and let him come back to the ball, but either way, Beck Morgan turns around, the ball's right there. The offensive players really try to climb all over Morgan to try to get to that ball, maybe even try to get a penalty out of it or something, but Morgan's like, I got you sealed off, just like basketball.
Gross now on 3rd and 13, shuffling personnel around. Tight formation now, out of the shotgun. To the outside, gets the pass. It's complete to Satter, and Satter is going to be tackled at the 5-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, a lot of that had to do with a mix-up of coverage, number one, and number one, Dawson Bauer. He was downfield 10 yards in front of the play, and he blocked 2 Raiders that just created a great seal block. So once the ball carrier got the ball and he was down there, it was like easy peasy for him.
4th and 2 from the 5-yard line. Here's Gross out of the shotgun. Hands the ball off, heading for the end zone. And he is in. That is Maverick Jones for the 2nd time in this ball game.
Boy, that is just too bad. Caden Strong came barreling in there, and he was just a hand's breadth away from getting his hand on Jones in the backfield and getting him down. But Jones just powers through that, is able to slip out of the tackle, make a quick cut, and just head right into the end zone.
Here's the extra point attempt by Lawrence Hillman. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is no good. It hits the left upright. So on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, with 3:27 remaining in this first quarter, it's the Knights 20 and Rapid City Stevens nothing. And that time, the O'Gorman Knights, they start on their own 8-yard line. They go 92 yards to find pay dirt. And like we said, they lead 20-0 on the State Farm scoreboard.
Yeah, a lot of pressure again on the defense to come up with plays, and they came up with a few plays. Unfortunately, they also gave them a few plays as well. A couple of penalties there, extending drives. We talked about, something that's hampered the Raiders for probably most of the time that I've been broadcasting them. And it's just unfortunate. It's a team thing, and they've had different coaches, so you can't say, oh, no, this coach lets them do this or this coach lets them do that. Somehow, some way, and I don't have an answer for it. I wish I did, but I've just unfortunately seen it time and time again.
Lawrence Hillman gets set to kick off once again. Back deep, we have Cale Meisman and Nehemiah Moore, both back at about the 15-yard line. Here's the onside kick. It's going to be loose. The ball is loose.
I think the Raiders hopped on it there. It hit one of the, not the front line guys, so they kind of stagger their front line guys, and it kind of hit.
I think it was number four.
So it hit
Grayson
one.
Riddle.
It hit one, and it bounced off, and then the other guy jumped on it. But again, another opportunity.
So here come the Raiders now.
And we're gone.
Where are they starting at?
42, yep.
Number 10, Jacob Johnston. The Raiders, first down.
I think we could have got that one. That would have been possible highlight of the game.
I got to call in. I don't know what he wants me to call in on, though.
Right. So that's good.
So on Discord? I'm trying to call in. Yeah, I got you. I didn't know if you wanted Discord or... Did they have a first down, Rapid City Stevens?
Yeah, Jacob Johnston ran.
Okay.
He ran for...
To Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium on this Friday, week 4 of the high school football season with Dean Gurr. I'm Jerome Wickersham, right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. It is game 1 of our doubleheader this evening as Rapid City Stevens facing the O'Gorman Knights out of Sioux Falls, and it's been all O'Gorman. They've had the ball 3 times in this first quarter, and they've scored touchdowns on all 3 of their possessions. They lead 20-0 over the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, but the Raiders, they are in Knights territory. They're facing a 3rd and 15 from the Knights' 42-yard line, but we do get a timeout by O'Gorman.
Yeah, they burned their third timeout, just trying to make sure they got what they need to, because the Raiders have kind of changed things a little bit. Jacob Johnson, just a great run, 20-yard run, but unfortunately, one step forward, two steps back, and now they're back. Like you said, a 3rd and 17 now. Tried to run, then got blitzed up the middle on the second down. So now you're looking at 3rd and long, and again, they want to make sure that the O'Gorman Knights want to make sure they're all over what they need to do personnel-wise, because the Raiders have been kind of shifting things around. They're going trips on both sides and just forcing a pass here.
Now spread offense out of the shotgun. Johnston drops back, steps into it, gets rid of the football, but it is incomplete. I think he was hit as he threw there. So incomplete. We're looking at 4th down coming up for the Raiders.
Yeah, he kind of went. So they were in quarters coverage, so everybody's deep, dropping way back. There was a lot of room underneath, but there were no receivers under there until finally Tate Crossway kind of came back underneath, and by that time Johnson is trying to sneak through the traffic. He had to just basically just arm it. He wasn't able to kind of step in and make a throw, and so he just kind of tried to flip it down there, and it just didn't get where it needed to be.
3rd punt of the night for Rapid City Stevens. This one bounces inside the 5 and rolls into the end zone, so it will come back to the 20-yard line, and the Knights will take over for the 4th time in this first quarter. Like we said, they scored on all 3 of their previous possessions.
In general, that punt looked really nice. It was just perfect. It came up, it came down like a missile. The punt returner got out of the way. It just needed a little bit better angle, get it over to the corner a little bit better, and have it, bounce out of bounds. But that would have been very nice inside the 5-yard line.
So again, O'Gorman will start on their own 20. Here's Hayden Gross out of the shotgun, spread offense. Throws back to his right. That's going to be Satter, makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch at the 41-yard line.
How about that? He just kind of tipped it to himself. The defender was over there. So they just attack the corner. 2 deep safeties. They attack the corner of the sideline, and he just runs a corner route. Got over there, and Gross unfortunately had plenty of time to make the play. No pressure in his face, and he just lofted it up there and said, "Here you go, Mr. Satter." And he's like, "Okay, thank you." Tips it into himself. And
a 21-yard gain on that reception. 1st and 10 for the Knights on the 41-yard line now. Out of the shotgun again. They're going to go back. This time making the catch is going to be number 12. He escapes one defender. So that is going to be Henry Theobald, who made the catch and will move the chains once again for the Knights.
So if anything, the defender kept him from burning it down the field. Again, we talked about the speed of the Knights, and you got to be able to keep them from beating you over the top. Unfortunately, that means you got to stay back, way back, and that allows you to some little stop routes, curl routes kind of underneath, and opens those up.
45 seconds remaining. Here's Gross out of the shotgun once again. Throws right over the middle. The receiver makes the catch. He targeted number 1, Dawson Bauer, and he makes the catch on a crossing route there across the 40 to the 37-yard line of the Raiders.
Sam Kingsbury was all over him, but when you run a great little slant route like that, all you do is put the defender on your back, get your hands up there, and haul it in, and it is a quick, easy play.
Satter goes in motion. There's the pass once again. It was just another kind of hook route there.
Yep, he settles right in the middle of the zone. Sullivan Schlimgen that time. Like you said, the big tight end. They've got just so many weapons. They possess the ball well. They're so smart. You just can read the defense so well. Okay, what are we doing? This is what we got. You make sure your receivers and your quarterback are all on the same page, and you get what we see right here.
And the clock runs out. That's the end of the first quarter here at O'Hara Stadium. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by Agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, it is the O'Gorman Knights leading the Rapid City Stevens Raiders 20-0 is your score. We'll step aside. You're listening to high school football on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and also on GoRaidersLive.com. We're back.
Looking to spruce things up for dinner tonight? Order online or by the Inferno's Food by Fire app for your best meal in Rapid City. Inferno's has the best Stonefire signature pizzas, sandwiches, and fresh salads. Build your own pizza all while watching the latest high school or NFL action. Even better, receive a 10% discount off your next order when you mention Live Ticket. That's at Inferno's Food by Fire.
If you want the peace of mind that your next pre-owned vehicle is the best it can be, you want Honda True, and you only find it at Danny Manholt Rushmore Honda. Our Honda certified pre-owned vehicles are thoroughly inspected and backed by 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, up to 2 complimentary oil changes, 24/7 roadside assistance, inspection report, and 3-day exchange. You simply can't buy the wrong vehicle. Search our inventory at honda-true.com or see us at Denny Manholt Rushmore Honda. If you want the piece...
So funny that they list him as a tight end or rather a fullback, because he just basically this all-purpose guy all over the place. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by the Kiefer Family Dental. The Kiefer Family Dental is proud to sponsor South Dakota high school football. They want to remind you to be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. That's Joshua 1:9. Be awesome and smile. To get started, go to KieferFamilyDental.com.
They're going to throw to the end zone. Wide open was Ryland Satter. Found a open in that zone there and was able to just backpedal into the end zone.
Yeah, I don't know if the Raiders blitzed from there. Either way, it was absolutely blown coverage. Gross finding Satter. Satter, you couldn't get any more wide open. He just basically stood there and said, here you go. Sometimes in those situations, you end up dropping because you're so wide open. You think, oh, hi, this is an easy one right here. But not for Satter. Easy catch for him. Is that his third touchdown today?
His second.
His second.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's made a couple of plays otherwise, but our player to watch, Ryland Satter for the O'Gorman Knights, is just doing it all over the place.
The extra point is no good once again by Lawrence Hillman. So on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by Agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, with 11:48 remaining in this second quarter, it's been all O'Gorman. They lead 26-0 over the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. We've seen the Raiders show a little bit of life at times, but again, it's that penalty bug that's affecting them again, and they're just, every time they've had the ball, their possessions have come to a stall.
Yeah, which is so unfortunate because, like you said, that first drive, okay, maybe not. But after that, they've gotten a couple of first downs and a couple of potentials here. They've shown they ran the ball up the middle a couple times well. Johnston has ran well. He's found some open receivers if they can just catch the ball. So definitely some life here, kind of here and there for the Raiders, and something they just need to really build upon as this game goes along.
Lawrence Hillman gets set to kick off, going from left to right here for O'Gorman. There's a squib kick. It's going to take a bounce, and it's going to be down by the Raiders on the 33-yard line.
He knows his responsibility. You get the ball, you fall on the ground. Piece of cake. We don't want that thing bouncing all around and have another opening kick of the ball game.
So here come the Raiders, going from right to left now here in the second quarter, trailing 26-0 to the O'Gorman Knights. O'Gorman coming in, the top-ranked team seed-wise. They're 3-0 on the season. The Raiders are 1-2 on the year. Trips left. Out of the shotgun, they fake the handoff. 3-step drop. And now in some trouble is Johnson. Now we're going to get a flag that comes in as Johnson is sacked back inside the 30-yard line.
Wow, was there just like literally nobody? There were 4 receivers out on routes, and there were Knights stuck to them.
And another holding penalty against Rapid City Stevens.
And that one's a little tougher because he's holding in the pocket there, and it is so hard to pass block. You have to have great hands, great feet, and when you got guys just barreling in there, it is so tough to stay where you're at. You run drills in practice where you literally stick your hands behind your back and you just try to shield them and keep your feet moving, and it is so hard to do.
Jacob Johnston again out of the shotgun. They fake the jet sweep. Johnston gets out of the pocket, gets to the 20, the 25-yard line before he is tackled at about the 27. That's going to be a gain of 4 yards on that carry by Jacob Johnston. Now looking at 2nd and 16.
Now that's, we talked about speed. That's one of the bonus things of having basically the same guys. They go both ways a lot, do the Knights, and having the same guys on defense and using that team speed as well. You get somebody out of the pocket, you think, hey, I've got this alley, I got a chance to run, and all of a sudden, here comes guys flying all over the place.
2nd and 16 out of the shotgun. Johnston, 3-step drop. Now he throws to the middle of the field. It is Morgan who makes the catch. No, it's incomplete. He had it for a moment, but couldn't complete the catch. It's incomplete. It would have been a first down in Knights territory.
I couldn't quite tell if Maverick Jones, who was on the coverage, if he got a hand on it or not. He was right behind him. But, yeah, I thought it was a great touch pass. You make the receiver run to it, and that's exactly what Morgan did. He got there, and I thought, oh, he got it. We were all excited about it, right at the hat of the miner for South Dakota Mines, and just did not quite hang on to it. Just a hurtful missed opportunity.
10:35 remaining in the second quarter. 3rd and 16 coming up. Here's Johnston out of the shotgun once again. And now I believe a delay of game penalty.
We are going to get a delay.
So that will back the Raiders up 5 yards. That's their 6th penalty in this first half.
Second one in this drive. Like I said, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Not to quote Paula Abdul. I know I'm showing my age on that one.
So now 3rd and 21 from the 22-yard line. Again, dropping back out of the shotgun. Johnston scrambles out of the pocket, gets rid of the ball. He's hit, and the ball is incomplete. Trying to get it to Beck Morgan, but he had 3 defenders in the vicinity, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, that's the glory of when you run that quarters coverage. You got guys underneath. You know they're going to throw the ball deep because they got to get – they got to get 15, 20, however many yards they got to get on that one. And he's on the run. You don't get quite the pepper you want on it. And I thought it was going to be nearly intercepted.
Here's the 4th punt of the game for Rapid City
Nice one.
Stevens. It is going to be downed inside the 40-yard line of the Knights.
Kind of a low line drive punt, kind of bounced around a little bit, forced Maverick Jones to cut back the other way, and he thought better than to try to pick it up.
So the Knights take over with 10:24 remaining in the second quarter. The last drive they had went 98 yards for pay dirt. Actually, no, it went. They started on their 20, so it went 80 yards. They're going to throw an outside route there. It is going to be caught by Bauer. Bauer cuts back to his right. He's going to be ankle tackled just shy of the 45-yard line.
How about that stop? Bauer puts on the brakes and cuts back the other way. There are 3 Raiders running into each other just trying to make that tackle.
So the Knights have had the ball. They've had it 4 possessions so far. They've scored a touchdown on every possession. Now they have the ball for the 5th time in this first half. They're looking at 2nd and 2 from their own 44-yard line, going from left to right. There's Gross. Fakes the handoff, but then throws it down the middle, and it's going to be tipped by the Raider defender.
Yeah, that was Carter Gilbert right there as linebacker spot. Linebacker safety is kind of in shallow coverage right there. They try to do a quick slant, and you're taught as linebackers, you read run first, you step forward. If not it, then you drop back into your zone. And usually the linebackers have that curl route right in there. So they stop and do a curl from the slot spot. You are there with a hand in the middle of the passing lane. That's what happened.
3rd and 2. They fake the handoff. Designed quarterback keeper up the middle is going to be
that's Gross.
Hayden Gross, and he's going to get the first down.
Oh, is he? Didn't look like he got it at first, but you're right. Oh, they're giving him a very generous spot.
They give him progress there to the 48-yard line. They needed only 2. They're going to get 4 yards out of that. 11 first downs now in this first half for the Knights with 9 minutes remaining. And 26-0 is your score. Again, Gross. But the ball is loose. It was actually a bad snap. He picks it up. He's going to be in Raider territory, tackled at about the 48-yard line. So what could have been very bad, it turned into something decent for the Knights. So a holding penalty against the Knights, and this one is coming back.
Yeah, you're right. The ball is just on the ground, but that's nice when you got elusive, hard-running quarterback like that. Both quarterbacks on each side of the ball tonight are that way. They can pick it up and they can make something happen, and he did. But unfortunately, that hold is going to move it back to now 1st and 15, 17.
1st and 17 from the 41-yard line of the Knights. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Here's Hayden Gross out of the shotgun. He sends Bauer in motion. Now trips left. Gross on the quarterback keeper. Escapes a defender. He's into Raider territory. Still on his feet across the 45, inside the 40, and tackled at about the 38-yard line. And he was tackled hard as he gets up slow.
Right, yeah, they kind of, it was a, they don't want you, quote, body slamming people, but it wasn't quite that, but he definitely grabbed him and then definitely, pulled him to the ground. And they're trying to knock the ball away as he's, running all over the place. But I don't know if that was designed because he kind of looked one way, and I don't know if he saw a defender there and changed his mind and decided to start running with it. I thought he had an opportunity, but there was that little crease he could find right up about the B gap on that right side of the Knight line. We're going to get a delay game here again. This time for the Knights.
4 penalties for a total of 30 yards for the Knights. So the ball is placed back now at the 43-yard line, making it 1st and 15 from the Raider 43. Here come the Knights up to the line of scrimmage. Gross out of the shotgun, has Bauer in motion once again. The ball is going to be...
How about that?
It took a bounce, and it's right in the hands of Maverick Jones, and he goes right up the middle, still pushing forward. Gets across the 30, actually right at the 30-yard line.
But everything that went wrong went right for the O'Gorman Knights on that one. Like you said, the snap and trying to put it in the pocket of Jones, falls out, bounces right into him. He gets through the line, stumbles forward. They're all pushing the pile forward.
We're looking at 2nd and 4 coming up with the ball on the 32-yard line of the Raiders. They send 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Maverick Jones lined up to the left of Gross. Bauer goes in motion once again. And we're going to get another delay of game penalty.
So there was a little bit of confusion there. Receiver kind of came out of the huddle. He kind of stopped. He looks over at the other side of the field. He wasn't quite sure, so he came back over here. Looked like he got into position. Then he got to send somebody in motion, and that always takes a little bit of extra time.
So 2nd and 4 turns into 2nd and 9 now, with the ball placed back at the 38-yard line of the Raiders. 6:35 remaining, 26-0 0 is the score on the State Farm scoreboard. Here's Gross out of the shotgun. Tries to get the ball to Satter. Just a quick pass to Satter, but I'm not even sure if he was quite ready for it. There were 2 defenders in the vicinity, and it's going to fall incomplete to bring up 3rd and 9.
Yeah, it's probably good that he didn't, because had he thrown it right in front of Satter, I think Talon Lunders would have taken that one back for 6, because he was zeroed in right on it, but the ball was just off the mark, and Lunders didn't have a shot at it, but neither did Satter.
Drips left with 1 receiver to the right. Once again, ball on the right side, hash marks. Here's Gross out of the shotgun, fakes the handoff, looks to the left as a route by Bauer, and it's in and out of the hands of Bauer on that corner route. He was wide open. The defender was playing off of him, but it's dropped there by Bauer.
Yeah, it was a trips on that left side, and he just went up the field and ran the corner route. You're always trying to, cross people back and forth, see if you can get some mix-up in coverage. The safety's got to decide, who am I going to take? Am I going to go this way, that way? And usually those opportunities over there, deep on the sideline over there, and I see O'Gorman attacking those.
They'll go for it on 4th and 9. Out of the shotgun once again. Gross rolls out to the near side, gets rid of the football. Wide open, the receiver makes the catch. Spins away from one defender, forced out of bounds at the 11-yard line. That was Maverick Jones who made the catch and the first down for the Knights.
Yeah, how about that? And Jones obviously had an easy first down, but then he tacks on a little bit extra on that. You see him make the move quickly, broke the ankles, figuratively, of the Raider defender in front of him, and kept going and got ushered out of bounds, but not till he gets down to the 10-yard line. So those yards after catch are always very vital.
13 first downs in this ball game for the O'Gorman Knights here in the first half, as they are in the red zone once again. They hand the ball off to Jones. Jones finds some running room through the gap on the right side. He's able to get inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. A gain of 3.
And they do that just to keep him honest, because you've noticed tonight it's been attack. It's down the field. It's hit the perimeter, run to the outside, jet sweep, finding all those edge plays that they can. So thinking they might catch the Raiders kind of off guard. Try to run up the middle, but the Raiders are there.
Trips left, 1 receiver to the right. They'll throw it up for grabs, but it's incomplete. That was number 3, Peyton Maubach.
And right there was Beck Morgan right on him, so an opportunity there. He climbed the ladder well, just the ball just went right through his hands.
We're looking at 3rd and 7 coming up now. From the 9-yard line. Gross again from the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Takes the snap. Actually, it was direct snap to Jones, and he's going to be forced out of bounds. And another penalty flag comes in late, as I think it's going to be a late hit out of bounds by the Raiders.
I think it was Dawson Bauer. Was it Bauer that got the ball? I think it was a direct snap, and maybe it was Jones.
Late hit on the Raiders, number 3.
So a late hit again. That's the second one of this ball game for the Raiders that they've been flagged for now.
And I'll give him that first one. It looked like he kind of started the tackling process. Maybe he finished it too hard. Maybe that's what they might get on him. But this one, he was clearly out of bounds and almost outside of the white. You got the sideline paint that's white, and then you got the green on the outside of that, and I think he was almost all the way over there.
So now we're looking at 1st and goal. And another penalty marker from the far sideline. So this one is going to be blown dead.
They're going encroachment.
Number 18 blue, the result of that is first down.
So encroachment now looking at 1st and goal with the ball inside the 1. They'll hand the ball off to Jones. He goes right up the middle, and he scores his third touchdown of the ball game.
Just same play they ran that last time, just a little, it's not even a fullback dive play because you don't have a fullback and you don't have a lead blocker, but more like just an inside zone run. You find a spot, you get through it. They only had a half a yard to go, so just all you need is just a hair bit of a push by your line, and you're able to push it through.
Here comes Lawrence Hillman with the extra point attempt. There's the snap, the hold, the kick, and this one is good. So with 5:15 remaining here in this second quarter on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, it's been all O'Gorman as they lead the Raiders 33-0 on the State Farm scoreboard. Again, they go 64 yards that time on that drive as they had the ball 5 times. They've scored 5 touchdowns in this ball game. And that time, too, they even converted twice on 4th down.
Yeah, and that's just the sign of a great team. Last week, they didn't get to drive the field. It was big play, big play, big play. It was really the difference in the game as they played the T-area Titans. But this week, they are just methodically just grinding it out and just chewing up field and almost chewing up the spirits of the Raiders right now.
The Raiders have had the ball. The last 4 times they were forced to punt. This one is going to take a bounce. It's going to be picked up by Meisman. Meisman coming to this near side of the field, tries to turn the corner. He's across the 40 to the 45, forced out of bounds just shy of midfield. We'll see where they spot the football.
That was a pretty good return by Meisman. He had 2 Knights right in front of him. There's a penalty on the far side, so we're going to talk about this. Unfortunately, that one's going to come back. But like I said, he had 2 Knights right in front of him. I thought, he might cut it back, but he just poured on his big, long legs and speed and got around them. And it wasn't until that next wave of Knights came after him that when he got down to the 50-yard line. But unfortunately, the hold all the way back inside the 30.
We have 8 penalties in this ball game now for over 70 yards here in the first half. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Here's Johnston, drops back, throws it behind the receiver as he tried to get it to Grayson Riddle. Incomplete pass, so now 2nd and 10 from the Raider 28-yard line. Sixth possession of this ball game for the Raiders. They fumbled on their first on the kickoff and then 4 punts since then. Here's Johnston out of the shotgun, hands the ball to Moore. Moore cuts back to his right. He's going to get a couple of yards out of that to about the 29-yard line.
Yeah, they just spread the defense out there, trips to the right, and just the draw play to Moore. And couldn't get away, again, from the speedy and the sheer tackling. The O'Gorman Knights just do a great job of getting a shoulder pad in on you, wrapping up. It's kind of like an octopus gets around you, and they just get stick on you, and you just can't get out of it.
3rd and 9 coming up for the Raiders. Out of the shotgun, dropping back, thrown to the middle of the field. The receiver is wide open. That's Morgan, makes the catch. Tried to cut back to his right. He kind of slips there, stays on his feet, but he's going to be tackled right at midfield.
I don't know if he hurt himself or he wasn't sure as he went down that if my hand's down, am I down? It wasn't, because he kind of put his hand down and then he kind of stopped like the play was over with.
Just the 4th first down of this ball game for the Raiders.
Is he holding his arm or his hand? I feel like he's in the huddle there. Favoring his right arm.
Trips right. Cale Meisman lined up to the left. Here's Jacob Johnston out of the shotgun. Slant pass there to Meisman, but the defender staying right with him, able to get maybe a hand in there to break it up.
Yeah, he was not going to let him go anywhere. That was Henry Theobald was all over him. The quick slant, he's like, I'm reading that slant because you guys have ran it multiple times now, so I'm going to read that slant. Here's an opportunity just to get a first step out, boom, boom, and make a slant. It's a dig route. You could also call it a post corner, but it'd be a really skinny version of it. Opportunity to get back to the corner of the end zone and maybe get an opportunity here.
And the Raiders are forced to take a timeout. They were facing a delay of game penalty. So they are going to take a timeout. We will take one as well. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick with 3:49 remaining in this second quarter. It's been all Sioux Falls O'Gorman, or the O'Gorman Knights leading the Raiders 33-0. We'll step aside for 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Raider football as they hand it off coming out of that timeout. No, not much of a gain there. It's getting back to midfield. Again, welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, sales, service, and recreation. The Raiders trailing 33-0 on the State Farm scoreboard. They are at midfield facing 3rd and 10. Going from right to left. Here come the Raiders up to the line of scrimmage. They'll go trips right, one receiver to the left. Here's Jacob Johnston out of the shotgun, 3-step drop. And he has nowhere to go with the football, sacked back at the 45-yard line. I thought he was going to tuck and run, but he was going to grabbed immediately and sacked back at the 47.
Yeah, and that's the hands that we talked about. He, like you said, it looked like he was going to step out of it and had an opportunity to continue running, but unfortunately, Nolan Vandal from his defensive end spot got in there, got his hands on him, and just was not going to let him go. Just powerful hands, just grabbed him and actually just drug him down.
So Rapid City Stevens forced to punt once again. I believe that's Parker Mesmer. The 6'6", 210-pound senior. He is back inside the 35-yard line. A player comes on late.
Now there's some confusion there. Are they going to take a time of delay? Yeah.
9th penalty of this ball game in the first half for the Raiders. We have our halftime show coming up in just a few minutes right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. Here's Mesmer, a low line drive punt. It takes a nice bounce inside the 30. It's still rolling down to the 20-yard line is where the Knights will take over with just a minute 59 to go here in the first half and leading 33-0.
You know, you love it. We're going to get a penalty here, but you love just those low line. If you can get that ball to roll, and that's hard to do. You know, lopsided football, to get it to roll exactly the way you want it to, but it gets it on the ground. You know, you talk about punting it high so your coverage team can get down the field and cover it well. But if you're just going to bounce the ball around, get some distance out of it, hey, it works. Those rugby guys know what they're doing.
7 penalties now in the ball game in this first half for the O'Gorman Knights. They are starting on their own 10-yard line, going from left to right. Here's Hayden Gross out of the shotgun. Hands the ball off. No, he fakes the handoff. Gets the ball out to Satter. Satter stays on his feet. He is going to be tackled just shy of the 20-yard line at about the 19. Comes up just a yard shy of a first down.
Satter got a little hurt on that. Gets up. I was like, but man, is he such a workhorse for them? And they've got so many of them.
They'll hand it
There's
off
another
to
one.
Jones. He'll go right up the middle. He's going to be stuck, but not after he already gets the first down to about the 22-yard line.
Kalen Brooks able to lay a shoulder pad on him. Love that little form tackle there for him and driving him backwards. That's the way they teach it. Eyes to the thighs, wrap and squeeze, drive for 5. And that's what he was doing.
O'Gorman's going to take a timeout with 1:28 left in the second quarter, leading 33-0 on the State Farm scoreboard. Taking a look at some other scores real quickly in Class 11 AAA. Right now, Sioux Falls Lincoln, the top-ranked team in Class 11 AAA, leading Harrisburg with 10 minutes left in the second. It's 21-7 is the score. Later tonight, Watertown is going to be hosting Sioux Falls Washington. Sioux Falls Roosevelt hosting Brandon Valley, and a game you'll hear right here on Fox Sports Rapid City Central hosting Sioux Falls Jefferson. Lennox right now with 10 minutes left in the first. They have the lead over Custer 8-0. And early in the fourth quarter, it's Hill City 22, Lakota Tech 0 as well. Like we said, 1:28 to go. Trips right, one receiver to the left. Here's Hayden Gross out of the shotgun, puts a man in motion. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, now throws to the outside, but it's incomplete, intended for Theobald.
He was kind of caught up. I don't know if they're going to call a penalty on the Raiders or something because he was trying to get there. They're going to waive off that penalty, but Theobald was trying to get through, but there were two Raiders kind of hanging on him as he was trying to get out of the backfield.
So now incomplete, makes it 2nd and 10 from the 22-yard line. They'll go trips right once again, one receiver to the left. Here's Gross out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and he is going to be tackled and sacked inside the 15-yard line.
Wow, what a big-time sack by the Raiders that time. It looked like that Gross had Satter wide open. He just did a post right in the middle of the field, and I thought he had him. But the pressure, again, that's what the Raiders have been needing to do all game, and sometimes it's successful and sometimes not. Just getting the pressure, especially right in the middle. Force him to go somewhere else. Now, he's pretty elusive, so it's a little dangerous, but he's been able to kind of hang right there, and sometimes it doesn't pay off.
It is now 3rd and 19 coming up for the O'Gorman Knights. Here's Gross out of the shotgun. There's the handoff, but the defense gets in there quickly after a short gain. Actually, maybe a loss of one.
Yeah, that was that Jones?
I think it was Jones, yep.
Out of the backfield, and yeah, the Raiders collapse on it, forcing a 4th down, and the Knights are going to have to.
I think the Knights are just going to let the clock run out.
I think so. The Raiders have a timeout. They do have a timeout left. Thinking, why don't you use it, get a chance to get the ball back?
The clock winding down, that's going to do it.
Not quite sure. You continue to fight. That's kind of like giving up a little bit. I'm not quite sure the decision there, but that's the coaching staff, and that's what we got.
So on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson, at halftime, O'Gorman Knights lead the Rapid City Stevens Raiders 33-0 on the State Farm scoreboard. We'll step aside. The halftime show coming up next when we return in 2 minutes right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and also on GoRaidersLive.com.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
What's the next best thing to a new Toyota? It's a certified pre-owned Toyota from Denny Mental Toyota. Shop a nice selection of certified pre-owned Toyotas in stock. It gets better. Right now, get financing as low as 5.49% APR for 60 months on Camrys, RAV4s, Corollas, Highlanders, and Tacomas. 5.49 financing for 5 full years. Shop the area's best selection of used Toyotas and Toyota certified pre-owned at Denny Mental Toyota or DennyMentalToyota.com. What's the next best thing?
Owned and operated by veterans, Black Mountain Painting provides interior, exterior, residential, and commercial painting services. With over 12 years of experience and a team of trusted paint experts, they bring the highest standard of work to the Black Hills area. They provide interior and exterior painting and custom staining needs. So if you have painting or staining needs inside or out, give Black Mountain Painting a call for your free quote today. 605-661-8612.
Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred Printing, your South Dakota union printer. We provide mailing services, create banners, vehicle decals, stationery and business forms, event materials including specialty items, apparel, and more. Our skilled team brings your vision to life with exceptional quality and attention to detail. And as a locally veteran-owned shop, we're dedicated to serving our community. Experience the difference with Preferred Printing. Visit us at preferredsd.com or call 605-333-0535 today. Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred.
Consolidated Construction online at onecalltobuild.com. It's been all O'Gorman Knights here in this first half. They lead 33-0 on the State Farm scoreboard. Again, it's been all Ryland Satter and Maverick Jones as the Knights have controlled the clock here in this first half, and even on fourth down, they've gone for it a couple times. They've converted on fourth down. Dean, it seems like everything working just right for the O'Gorman Knights in this first half.
Yeah, you know, when the ball bounces your way too on a botched handoff, you're like, okay, yeah, this is our night. I mean, it started right away with the kickoff recovery. It wasn't even an onside kick. It was just a hard kick, and you're forced to field it. But they get it in great field position. But I don't know if that would have mattered one way or another. Like you said, Maverick Jones, obviously Ryland Satter, our player to watch, has been nothing but spectacular tonight, proving a good pick on my part. And but Hayden Gross has done great as well. He's been able to run. He's been able to throw, find what he needs. One name we haven't called very much, maybe a little bit defensively, but definitely could make some big plays is Henry Theobald. So they still have plenty of more weapons that they will use at some point in time. Now, they may not use it tonight, considering where we're at this point in the game, but they have plenty, and they show why they are the number 2 team. I can't wait to see when they get to, meet up with the Lincoln Patriots. That should be just an exciting game. But we noticed, right away it was using their speed, using their quickness. Everything's to the outside. Everything's over the top. A good ball distribution. Hayden Gross has just done a great job finding his receivers. The receivers are doing a great job at attacking the secondary in the spots where they need to. The Raiders running a lot of zone. So they're just settling right into the zone. The little curl routes right in there, they're wide open. And then they do some corner routes, forcing the safety to try to cover back over you send 3 players deep, and the safety has to choose one way or another. And they've been able to put a guy in a corner and find him multiple times. And so just like you said, it's all just clicking. They don't even have to worry about running up the middle. This ability they have. And it isn't new to them. They use it all the time, and they did it all the time last week against T area. And it's so hard because you've got so much of the field. You think, well, you need a running game in order to offset your passing game. Well, that would be the case, but the fact is they spread the field out so much because of their speed and quickness that is so hard to defend. You need a secondary and a linebacking core that matches it, or you need some amazing pass rush or an amazing front 4, 7, whatever it takes to get into the backfield to really disrupt things. And the Raiders have had some success at times, but in general, not enough to matter as the attack game of that O'Gorman offense is just clicking on all cylinders.
And Dean, if you're the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, you're down 33-0 at halftime. What's your game plan then for the second half? What do you want to get out of this ball game?
Well, I'm surprised they still need to work on what they do. I'm surprised they're not running it up the middle more. They have a few times, but for some reason, they think they need to throw the ball to the perimeter to make things happen. We saw it when we watched the Douglas game. I saw it against the Harrisburg game. Now, Harrisburg's much bigger up in the middle, so it's a lot more difficult to do, but I don't know why they don't throw in it's not 50-50 by any means. It's maybe 70-30, even 80-20. There's just not a lot of running room, and I thought several times they found, success up that middle. Why don't they keep punching it? Now, you're down 33 points, and so you don't want to grind it out game, a shorten the game with the clock, try to stretch the clock out or something like that. But I think they just really need to really kind of punch it up the middle. They're going to try to go for some big plays. Cale Meisman, unfortunately, has been almost non-existent except for the unfortunate fumble to open up the game, and then a couple of passes in his direction. I think he caught one of them, but in general, they haven't seen him. Beck Morgan's seen more action than Cale Meisman has. And, with the lockdown coverage, I'm not surprised by the Knights, but they got to be able to drop some more plays where they get him in a spot where he doesn't get locked up in such one-to-one coverage that allows him just to be neutralized.
Again, you're listening to the halftime show being built by Consolidated Construction. That's Consolidated Construction online at onecalltobuild.com. Let's break down the scoring in this first half as we take a look at today's box score brought to us by The Box. The Box is the Midwest's newest and most innovative event center, featuring native hardwood floors, digital scoreboards, color-changing lights, and an enormous space to host multiple sports games at once. The Box is the premier youth sports venue, but sports aren't the only thing they can host. The Box can turn into the perfect space for any of your meetings, conventions, or receptions. To plan your next event, visit thebox.live. Just looking at the scoring in this first half as we look at the box score. 3 touchdowns in the first quarter for the O'Gorman Knights. There was a pass to Ryland Satter from 11 yards out. That was just 15 seconds into the ball game. That made it 7-0, and then back-to-back touchdown runs by Maverick Jones, one from 16 yards and one from 5 yards. And that gave Maverick his 6 touchdowns on the season running the football. That made it 20-0 at the end of the first quarter. In the second, just 12 seconds into the second quarter, Ryland Satter again on a 15-yard touchdown pass. On the season, he has 5 touchdowns for the O'Gorman Knights. And then with 5:15 remaining, Maverick Jones with his third score, 1 yard out. That made it 33-0. Looking at some other stats here in this first half, for the O'Gorman Knights, they have 14 first downs. They do have 7 penalties in this ball game. For the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, they have managed just 4 first downs, but also 9 penalties in this first half for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders.
Yeah, I tell you, when you're dissecting things and you go back and you talk about situations and what we did well here and what we need to do here. Unfortunately, this gray cloud hangs over the Raiders. You talk about, I talked about their running game and maybe getting some receivers in some spots and allowing Johnson to get the ball to them. Maybe Meisman's situation, they tried to go deep on him once or twice. And we talk all that, but still the lingering cloud. It's like a haze, like a fog that just kind of goes around. It's the penalties that just totally engulfs the whole process, whether it's offense or defense. You've got these ugly penalties that happen, that shouldn't happen, and it's just it's hard to clear that out of the way so you can actually look at the X's and O's of the situation and say, okay, this is it. Let's fix this here and we can move on. So, I hate to keep harping on those penalties, but you have to. It's the elephant in the room, and it's so unfortunate.
So again, here at halftime, 33-0 is the score as the O'Gorman Knights lead the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. We are going to step aside here during our halftime show. We're going to come back and look at some scores from both locally and across the state. We'll do that when we return in 2 minutes as you're listening to high school football on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Sioux Black Hill Steakhouse is a proud supporter of local youth sports. They invite you to experience the difference at the area's newest locally owned steakhouse. From their local and regional sourced ingredients to their perfectly seared steaks, you're sure to enjoy. They look forward to seeing you. Sioux Black Hill Steakhouse is a proud supporter of all local youth sports. Sioux Black Hill Steakhouse, experience the difference.
At Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our two locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, exit 48, Somerset. At Dakota Discount RV, our mission...
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live. Whether you are pregnant...
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dwayne Sobzak today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV. Advertising can be
Tonight we don't have a lot of scores quite yet. With 2 minutes though left in the first, Lennox all over Custer, 32-0 is the score there. And then a final, it was Hill City defeating Lakota Tech, 30-0 is the final there. Like we said, Hill City getting the win over Lakota Tech. Later on tonight, the 0-3 Belfouche Broncs will be hosting the Chamberlain Cubs there at Belfouche High School, Lou Grassley Field. And a big matchup tonight in Del Rapids. It's number 1 Del Rapids taking on number 3 Canton. Both teams 3-0 on the season.
It's exciting. Del Rapids, of course, getting that big win at Hot Springs, and it was tough going. Scored with 15 seconds left. Getting that final win, just beating it by a touchdown.
And of course, a big game tomorrow in Class 11B. It's the Hall of Fame game over there at St. Thomas More High School, Dutton Field. St. Thomas More 2-1 taking on number 5 Hot Springs. They're 3-1 on the year. That should be a pretty good matchup. We know, though, talking to coaches, though, in the area that Hot Springs is for real. That could be quite the battle, though.
Yeah, it will be, and it's really the potential there is really the trenches. When St. Thomas More plays teams like Winter and those guys, that's always that wing tee where they just power and they run you over. These big guys that are, lift hay bales and all that stuff and just outsize you. That's kind of what Hot Springs is going to do to St. Thomas More. They're just big, huge guys up front, and they're just going to power their way through there. And so it's going to be up to the St. Thomas More Cavaliers to get that offense that showed up last week up in Belle-Fourche that we saw. If they can get that going, it'll be somewhat of a shootout, a ground versus an air attack.
Also at the Prospector Bowl up there at Ferguson Field in Deadwood, it is Lee Deadwood hosting top-ranked Winter in the Prospector Bowl. And then also one other game tomorrow at 2 o'clock Mountain Time. It is Rapid City Christian traveling east to play Mount Vernon Plankington. And the Titans are 3-1 on the season, while the Comets are 2-1.
That's like the third year in a row.
I think so.
MVP.
I think it is.
What are they, that's just, I know it's 2 years in a row because they do a 2-year cycle, but they also played them 3 years ago as well. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But, hey, who schedules these, the Prospector Goal? How do you get the number one team in your class to come in and play you?
Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to put like a cupcake or something team or something?
That'll be quite the matchup there, of course. Winter, last year did not win the state title game. They got to the state title game, but they came up just short. But obviously, when you think of Class 11B, just year in and year out, you always put the Winter Warriors in that conversation.
Always, yeah. They are always just beating you up. And, Elk Point Jefferson had just a little bit extra last year to kind of power past them what they need. But, Winter's already back up at number one. So if you want to see good, high-quality ground game, head up to Ferguson Field tomorrow evening and check out the Prospector Bowl.
And then in Class 9AA, real quickly, the Stanley County Buffaloes lose for the first time this year. They get defeated by Bonhomme. 28-22 is the final. So, again, the Stanley County Buffaloes lose for the first time in Class 9AA. Again, we'll have more scores coming up throughout the course of the night, plus Matt Kearney will have Score Central as he wraps up all the scores in South Dakota high school football. He'll do that at the end of our broadcast tonight here at O'Hara Stadium. We're getting set to start the second half. The Raiders getting set to kick off to the O'Gorman Knights, trailing 33-0 on the State Farm scoreboard. Looks like Parker Mesmer, he's getting set to kick off from the 40 as the Raiders kick off from left to right.
We're going to see what kind of pressure they're going to need to apply to this O'Gorman Knights team to try to, obviously 33 points is not insurmountable by any means, but it's definitely a large climb, and it's got to start with putting the pressure up the middle.
Dawson Bauer and Jace Thies are back deep. This one is going to just sail into the end zone, so it'll come back out to the 20-yard line. And that is where the Knights will have the ball first in the second half.
They're going to run their starters here for a little bit, but I think eventually you'll see plenty more substitutions coming in. I see Satter out there, and I, of course, see Hayden Gross as well.
In the first half, the Knights had the ball 6 times. They scored on their first 5 possessions. Here's Gross to the outside, gets it to Satter. He's at the 25 across the 30, tiptoeing down the sideline. Steps out of bounds, though, at about the 40-yard line. Actually, they're going to bring it back.
A little bit of a mixed coverage there because he was wide open. You think of the guy that's probably done the most damage, most at least noticeable damage to your team in the first half. Gets out there, they just dump the ball to him right away. He just does a little underneath route. It's, a lot of teams will call that the tight end route, but he's like the little X-back. He does whatever you need him to do.
Satter's the leading receiver on this Knights team. They're going to throw back the other way. That is going to be a deep pass to Theobald, but it's just a little too far out of the arm's reach of Theobald, and it falls incomplete.
Like I said, surprising they didn't get him in the game more often. I think last week he had like 2 catches for $150 or somewhere right in there last week alone, and they were 2 huge catches. I think at least one was a touchdown and one was a big long one against a lot of big plays against T area last week.
Theobald on the season has 8 catches, 227 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And in fact, he has a long of 78 yards. This one is going to be a throw up the middle. That is through the hands of number 2, Sullivan Schlimgen, the big tight end. So now we're looking at 3rd and 10 from the 35-yard line.
How about that release by Gross? He gets it. If I can get my quarterback to get the ball, he takes forever to get his hands around on it and everything. It's like by that time your play is just blown up. It's all about timing and stuff. So he gets it in his hands and he releases it so quickly when he needs to.
Gross steps into his throw, has a receiver. Satter, no, that's not Satter. That's going to be Jones, who makes the catch on that far sideline in Raider territory to move the chains once again.
You think about it. They could almost put any player in any position kind of in general. Maverick Jones could line up anywhere and run anything. Satter, the same way, what he can do. Just some amazing talent. Schlimgen, they list him as tight end because he's a big physical guy up front, but boy, he could easily be a fullback.
Gross out of the shotgun once again. Spread offense has Jones lined up to his right. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeper for Gross, and he's going to be tackled as he crosses the 35 to the 33-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 5 yards, maybe 6. We're looking at about 6 yards, so we're looking at 2nd and 4 coming up.
Just continuing their march, just chunk and chunk and chunk down the field.
Out of the shotgun, stepping into his throw, making the pass, and it is incomplete.
Wow.
Getting a hand in there was number 6 for the Raiders.
Yeah, is it Henry Telekin?
Yep, Henry Telekin.
So good job, and I believe that was intended for Satter over in the corner, so good job that time hanging with him.
So now 3rd and 4 coming up from the 33-yard line.
The Raiders kind of changed a little bit to man coverage. Looks like a zone here, but I think that last one was man.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Gross out of the shotgun once again, takes the snap, drops back, has a receiver, gets the ball to Schlimgen. He'll race down the left sideline, forced out of bounds at the 10-yard line for the big tight end, Sullivan Schlimgen.
Yeah, he just runs just a very simple out route. Turns around, nobody's underneath. If they were running that zone, they didn't have the person who covers the flats over here who needs to drop in and take care of that. And he was just wide open, an easy throw, and he just keeps running. And boy, he's such a big body to bring down, too.
1st and goal coming up now for the Knights as they lead 33-0. We played about a minute and a half here of this 3rd quarter. They hand the ball off to Jones. He's going to be met in the backfield and tackled immediately.
And nice job knifing in. They say 67. I don't have a 67 on my roster here. It could be Connor Hickman. Either way, good job coming up from the nose tackle. And I don't think they had a number either because they just called him number 67. Either way, great job coming right through the middle. It kind of seemed like he was just untouched.
Here's Gross again. No, it's going to be the direct snap to Jones. Jones, following his blockers, turns the corner, forced out of bounds, though, at the 5-yard line. So now 3rd and goal coming up.
Satter gets his helmet knocked off, so Dawson Bauer has to jump into the game.
We're looking at 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line is where they'll spot the football, actually at the 7. 3rd and goal from the 7. Here come the Knights up to the line of scrimmage. Just a great night for football. A nice fall evening. There's the handoff to Jones. Jones gets through the gap and gets into the end zone untouched.
It's an easy job of finding the crease. Just another inside zone run. You let your linemen read the defenders, double team up front, zone blocking. That next guy just peels off to the next line, takes the linebacker, and that's exactly what they do there. Just create that easy little alley for him to run through.
39-0 is the score, awaiting the extra point attempt by Lawrence Hillman. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. With 9:42 remaining in this third quarter, on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by Agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, it is now 40-0. O'Gorman leading Rapid City Stevens, and that will mean that we will have a running clock the rest of the way now.
Yeah, unfortunately, we weren't quite sure what was going to happen tonight. We knew it was going to be a tough contest for the Raiders to, be able to stay into this one. Gave them a couple opportunities, but they just had too many mistakes that worked their way out of opportunities. And now we're going to get a chance for the first time to see that Raider offense. And again, they got to just be able to put something together. They still got plenty of season. They still want to, work their way to a playoff opportunity, and they need to put it together. And to do that, I honestly think there are one or two teams that they can, they're outmatched tonight, but I think they can compete with some other ones, teams, but they really have to work on getting it together.
Here's a squib kick by Hillman. It's going to be fielded inside the 30 by the Raiders. Not much of a return, out to about the 35-yard line. That last touchdown drive by the Knights is powered by Four Seasons Motorsports and Marine. You can visit Four Seasons Motorsports on East St. Patrick Street and get your hands on the ultimate Polaris side-by-side. Start your adventure of a lifetime at fourseasonsportscenter.com. So the Raiders, again, for the first time in this second half, will have the football. They've been forced to punt 5 times in this ball game, and they turned the ball over once on the opening kickoff. Trips left. Here's Johnston. 3-step drop. Throws back to the right, gets the ball to Meisman. Meisman had to come back for it, and he's going to lose yardage back to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know what the intention or what kind of route he's running. Either way, the Knights were just all over it. There were 2 Knights. That just kind of shows a little bit of respect they have for Meisman. They want to make sure they double him so he doesn't, get that big play opportunity.
So a loss of 3 yards back at the 31-yard line. Actually about 4 yards. We're looking at 2nd and 14. Here's Jacob Johnston out of the shotgun. Follows his blocker. He's at the 35, across the 40, and stopped at about the 42-yard line. A nice run there by Jacob Johnston on the designed quarterback keeper, and now a very manageable third down coming up for the Raiders.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to get tripped up at about the 36-yard line, but he did a great job of keeping his feet, keeping the balance. That's why you go to the weight room, so you can run into situations like that. But like you said, very manageable third down. You run that empty backfield. The Knights were in a kind of a cover 2, so there's not a lot of personnel in the box.
Empty backfield, 3rd and 3 coming up. Here's Johnston now. Again on the quarterback keeper. He's going to get out past the 45-yard line, and that'll be enough to move the chains for the Raiders. Just their 5th first down of this ball game.
Again, just opportunities. The safeties are playing up a little more shallow to try to kind of take that away, but that's there. I'm kind of looking for that opportunity here for Meisman to get that home run ball. He's part of the trips package on this side.
Going from left to right, trips right. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. They fake the handoff to Moore. And Johnston is going to be tackled for a loss back at the 46-yard line. So now 2nd and 11 coming up.
The downside to that play is I don't think they quite had established a threat as far as Moore goes. He's ran the ball a couple of times, been fairly decent at running, but you got to have establish a bit more when you're going to do that read option. Obviously it's okay. We got to decide this way or that way, but I don't think the Knights are too much afraid of that because I think they're probably going to be able to cover it if he ended up getting the ball.
Johnston out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Takes the snap, follows his blocker to the right side, tries to turn the corner, but again, he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So no gain, making it 3rd and 11 for the Raiders.
It's like they're literally just putting the ball in Johnston's hands and saying, look, you're our man. We gotta make plays, and you're going to be the guy to do it. And now he's coming out. He's coming out of the game. No, was that? So that was J.P. Sullivan in that last play, that design run. And now here is
Johnston's back in
the game. All right. I'm with it here.
Yep.
I'm
so
like,
that was John Paul Sullivan who was in the game. Now trips right, 2 to the left, empty backfield. They're going to air it down the right sideline, and it is in and out of the hands of Nehemiah Moore.
Oh, what an opportunity that he had. Great one-on-one. You couldn't have thrown a ball any better. Just great touch pass. I don't know if the defender got just enough of a hand in the way, but it looked like it bounced off of the hands of Nehemiah Moore.
And you always know Moore by those bright orange shoes that he wears.
There's no doubt who that is.
So Rapid City Stevens forced to punt on their first possession of this second half. It'll be the 6th punt of the ball game for the Raiders. This one a high punt. Fair catch called for by the Knights at the 20-yard line. So the Knights have the football, leading 40-0 on the State Farm scoreboard. Again, due to the mercy rule, the clock will continue to run now. 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Likely we'll have a new quarterback in there for the O'Gorman Knights. We'll see who that is, as I believe Hayden Gross is done for the night.
Is that number 9?
Looks like Talon Black, a 6', 180-pound sophomore quarterback.
And he gives it to the brand new running back with this Jace Thies. What was that, 27? Or was that the tackler? I didn't see.
I think it was 22, Jace Thies, yep.
Yeah. They said 27. Is that Kalen Brooks probably making this tackle there?
Trips right, one receiver to the left. There's the pass as Talon Black was hit as he made the throw. It's going to fall incomplete. That was a hard shot that he took. Not sure which defender got in there quickly, but we're now looking at 3rd and 14 coming up from the 16-yard line of the Knights. Black again from the shotgun. Steps back, throws the ball over the middle. The ball is going to be caught by Thies. He gets to the outside, forced out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Nice job by Thies getting out of the backfield. Wide open, nobody there, but he just isn't able to convert into that 3rd down. And now the Knights will have to punt.
And this will be the first punt of the game for the O'Gorman Knights. That is Black, I believe, who is back deep. Here's the punt. Fielded by the Raiders as they call for fair catch at about the 45-yard line.
So they will set up shop in good field position there. Opportunity again. It was the Jacob Johnston show, that first drive of this half. See what they put in for defenders as far as the Knights go. And I see still a lot of starters in on this one, so they're going to kind of stick with that for a little while and see if the Raiders can do something with it.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's Johnston out of the shotgun. Fakes the handoff to Moore, and he's going to be sacked back at the 41-yard line.
So kind of the idea, it's that fake or whatever it is, if you do the read option, the idea is you want to be able to read the defensive end. Are they crashing down on the handoff up the middle, or are they staying home to try to keep a player from going to the outside? And if that's the case, you take off up the middle. So it's a fine line of work that you got to do for that scenario, but in that time, the defensive end wasn't fooled either way and was able to collapse right away.
2nd and 13. Johnston again out of the shotgun, drops back. Decides to tuck and run. He's going to be tackled at the 40-yard line for a loss of 2 more yards.
He took a look at Meisman downfield and tried to get it to him, but Theobald was a defender on him, and he wouldn't have been able to set his feet, so he would have to kind of an off-balance type of throw, and it just didn't happen, so he just decided to tuck and run.
3rd and 15, but that's going to do it. That's the end of the 3rd quarter here at O'Hara Stadium. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, after 3, the O'Gorman Knights lead Rapid City Stevens 40-0 on the State Farm scoreboard. We'll step aside for 1 minute as you're listening to high school football on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and also on GoRaidersLive.com.
For 125 years, Security First Bank has been the bank, a dependable fixture of the community and innovators of what comes next. As we celebrate our history, we remain committed to your dreams with dedicated and driven people, expertise, and attention. Because when you're the bank, you're driven by the people who are your customers, neighbors, and friends. And that's been our commitment since 1898. Security First Bank. We're the bank.
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
And welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sale. Oh. And now we welcome you back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast booth, sales, service, and recreation. 4th down coming up for Rapid City Stevens as we are into the 4th quarter with the O'Gorman Knights leading the Raiders 40-0.
And just tried that last pass, they just tried to roll it out and then dump it off to Mackay Mann. And I think he was ready to head upfield. He actually had some running room and just couldn't corral it in.
Here's the punt. It's going to take a bounce inside the 30.
I think it hit him, but he's able to cover it. That was number 23, Luke Sanchez for the O'Gorman Knights. So a little scary there, opportunity for the Raiders, but they couldn't come up with it. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Kiefer Family Dental. The Kiefer Family Dental is proud to sponsor South Dakota high school football. They remind you to be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. That is Joshua 1:9. Be awesome and smile. To get started, visit KieferFamilyDental.com.
There's Black now with the pass rolling out to the outside. On an out route there was number 23, Luke Sanchez. But I believe a Raider got a piece of it. It's batted down. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the Knights 23.
Yeah, that was Caleb Crine who read that out route. So, in not to be technical, but in the technical terms, he got the job done. But technically, he's supposed to get the other arm up. You could get it. You can get the backside. You could hold on to him.
Black hands the ball off to Thies. Thies breaks it to the outside. He's at the 35, the 40, the
Holy
50
smokes.
on, and he is into open field, heading down the left sideline, in for the touchdown.
Did he absolutely pour on the afterburners? It's like he just left everyone in their dust.
What a run there by Jace Thies.
Just got outside to where, again, they've been doing this all night long, no matter who it is. This time they use Jace Thies. He finds running room on the outside as long as you get the great block that you need. And you saw 2 Raiders getting ready to give chase, and he said, nobody's catching me, and just motors.
Here's the extra point attempt. This one is through the uprights with 9:45 remaining here in the 4th quarter on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. Jace Thies takes it 77 yards to pay dirt as he races down that left sideline, and it is now 47-0. The Knights all over the Rapid City Stevens Raiders.
Yep, even doing that with their second string. They're able to get what they need, and it was kind of the running theme from the onset of the game here. I said we'd talk about it multiple times. What speed they have, even into the second level of players for them. And we showed it right there, just a huge burst.
We see why the O'Gorman Knights, again, 3-0 on the season. They're averaging 47 points per game. They're allowing 23 points per game. For the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, they're coming in averaging 25 points per game, but they're also giving up 22 points per game.
Yeah, it's so hard when you're trying to measure. I believe it was Washington they played the first week, and then last week they played Harrisburg, and just some tough physical ball clubs.
Lawrence Hillman gets set to kick off now for the Knights, going from left to right. This one a short end over end. That was Meisman. He fumbles the ball, but he's able to just land on it or just fall on the football right there at the 20-yard line.
Again, that was Meisman. He's the one who lost the ball to start the game. And this one does the same thing, kind of goes right through the wickets, falls on the ground, and he's like, that's it, I'm just going to fall on it. So not a good night for Meisman. Again, he's one of the players who you really need to have a good night, and they've just been smothering him, locked down. Dawson Bowers on him right now, and he's only been targeted a couple of times.
I believe that's a new quarterback in there now.
Is that Tate? No.
It is going to be 7, so John Paul Sullivan in the ball game.
Of course, John Paul coming over from St. Thomas More, who actually got a couple of starts last year when Lee Negebauer got injured early on in the season. So
we had a penalty there against the Knights. That's their 8th penalty of this ball game. That's going to move the ball all the way to the Raider 48-yard line. Trips left, one receiver to the right as the Raiders go from right to left. Here's Sullivan out of the shotgun. Moore lined up to his left. Fakes the handoff. Now he throws down deep down the right sideline. Up for Meisman.
Wow.
And it is incomplete. The defender fighting him the entire way, staying right with him.
Yeah, that was Dawson Bauer again. He is one-on-one, and I think he slightly underthrew that. Meisman had about a half a step on him, so he would have had to just drop it right in the bucket perfectly. And he said Dawson Bauer did a great job of staying stride for stride.
7.5 minutes remaining in this ball game. 47-0. The Knights all over the Raiders. Here come the Raiders up to the line of scrimmage. Again, 2nd and 10 from their own 48-yard line. And I think we're going to get another timeout this one. Michael Scott, head coach for the Raiders, wants to talk it over with his young quarterback. So we will step aside as well, again on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. With 7 minutes and 11 seconds remaining here in this contest, it is 47-0. The Knights of O'Gorman High School leading Rapid City Stevens. We'll step aside. We're back in 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join.
And welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Sales, service, and recreation back to Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium in the fourth quarter. Time ticking away, and of course the Raiders unfortunately are down 47-0. They got the ball. Second down, incomplete pass, unfortunately. John Paul Sullivan now in at quarterback for the Raiders. Try to get him some time. Obviously, he's the younger son of Wayne Sullivan. Of course, his brother, Jake, spent plenty of time here playing quarterback for the South Dakota School of Mines team. Here he is dropping back, taking a look, retreating very well, but unfortunately gets the ball behind the intended receiver for the Stevens Raiders. That's Nehemiah Moore. Nice little opportunity. He had a chance to kind of sneak out of the backfield. Good retreat, set his feet well, but unfortunately just kind of threw it behind him, and that brings up fourth down, and the Raiders are forced to punt.
We're down to just 5 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in this ball game. Like we said, this is the first of 2 games tonight. Rapid City Central and Sioux Falls Jefferson, the second game tonight. This one is going to take a bounce inside the 20. It keeps rolling. A nice punt there by the Raiders all the way down to the Knights' 8-yard line.
I can just hear Bachman Turner overdrive right now. Let it roll down the highway.
Again, the clock will continue to run here in this second half.
All right, that's my second music reference of the night. I
It
probably
is.
should be done.
Oh, I'm sure you'll come up with something for
I'm
the
sure I'll
second
come up with
game.
something else. Yeah, that's right. We got a whole other game to go yet.
Here come the Knights up to the line of scrimmage. I think we may have a new quarterback in there as well.
It is, and he's just taking the direct snap and taking up the middle. That's Charlie Schmitz.
Charlie is a 5'11", 160-pound sophomore. They start on the 8. They get the ball out to about the 14-yard line for a gain of 6 yards.
Yeah, with the running clock here, about 4.5 left to go. Only got a half dozen plays left.
Now we see Talon Black back in there as he goes 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Takes the snap. There's the handoff. It's going to go to Jace Thies, and we know how quick he can be as he ran 77 yards for that last touchdown. He's going to be forced out of bounds. Actually, they're going to keep the clock running there, so it'll be at the 26-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down.
Yeah, and that's the big key to keep that drive going on. first down. Yeah, getting him outside, the Raiders did a much better job of containing him that time.
So 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. 3 minutes and 48 seconds remaining. Black again out of the shotgun, takes the snap. There's a screen pass. To the right side, it's going to be caught by Thies, and Thies is going to be wrapped up and tackled at about the 28-yard line.
Just a little technicality. Had he thrown that kind of right in front, Thies would have had a better job and a better run at it. Instead, he had to corral it and then start. That slows it down just enough and allows the linebacker or defensive line to get over there and cover for that.
3:10 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's going to be 2nd and 8 coming up. Black again from the shotgun, takes the snap. Actually, that was not Black, was it?
Yeah, no, that was not
It
Black.
was Schmitz again.
Schmitz again, but like you said, took the direct snap, and the Raiders getting in the backfield quickly and swallowed him up to create a 3rd and long situation.
So the ball placed back at the 22-yard line. 3rd and 14 now for the O'Gorman Knights, as we're down to 2.5 minutes remaining in the contest. 47-0, O'Gorman with the lead over the Raiders. I believe this is Black back in. There's a screen pass to the right side, but it bounces off the hands of Luke Sanchez.
Yeah, and like we said, the last time he threw it, a little bit behind that one, a little bit higher and farther behind. So stuff the coaching staff can put together and say, all right, hey, next time, take it a little bit, draw that defense in a little bit, dump it out a little bit toward, give an opportunity for your guy to make a play up the field.
Here's the punt by Black inside the 10-yard line. Nehemiah Moore calls for a fair catch at about the 37-yard line. So the Raiders will have one more opportunity.
We're going to get a penalty here. We're going to see what's going to happen here. It was right on the line of scrimmage. I don't know if it was a formation or whatever it was.
So illegal formation.
Mr. Tucker's trying to, I think they're trying to.
Just 52 seconds. So not much left for the Raiders to do much of anything. They may get one play off. Again, we'll have our post-game show coming up next right here on Fox Sports Rapid City, being brought to us by Pioneer Bank and Trust. John Paul Sullivan out of the shotgun, takes the snap, rolls out to his right, gets rid of the football on the run. It's caught by the receiver, but he's going to be wrapped up right at the 35-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard.
Was that Meisman? Oh, it was 22.
So 22. That would have been more.
Didn't see the shoes.
I didn't either. Sullivan again with the final play is going to air it down the right sideline, but it is incomplete, and that's going to do it. That is your ball game. So on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by Agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, the final score here at Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium, O'Gorman gets the win over Rapid City Stevens by a final of 47-0. We're going to step aside. We're back in 2 minutes as we take a look at, or as we move on to our post-game show, being brought to us by Pioneer Bank and Trust. Again, this has been high school football on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
The Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City Sports Talk Show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show with big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss The Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. and stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.